Good morning, my name is Greg Ison. I'm with Ison's Nursery and Vineyard. Today on this educational video we're going to demonstrate how we fertilize older plants or mature plants. And I would consider a mature plant to be a plant that's 3 to 4 years or older that has came up to the top of the wire and reached the desired distance down the wire in each direction. Now on a plant like this, what a lot of people don't realize is muscadine roots run parallel to the wire. So on this plant here, you see the trunk. Well, these roots are staying up underneath the wire on either side. The roots aren't growing out into the row. They're staying directly up underneath the main arms of the plant. So when a vine reaches year 4, we fertilize a little bit differently than we do on young plants. On young plants, you know, we're taking that fertilizer and we're applying it in a 15-inch circle around the trunk. But on a plant of this age, we actually will broadcast the fertilizer about 2 foot on either side of the trunk. Now on a plant like this plant's going into its 5th leaf year. We will come in early to mid-April, depending where you are. If you're further south, you could fertilize early April. If you're a little bit colder, upper North Carolinas, Tennessee, you may want to wait till May the 1st. But on a plant of this age, we're going to apply 2 to 3 pounds of a 10-10-10 or a triple 13 fertilizer, and we're actually going to broadcast it out up underneath the wire. Now the one thing that we do not do is we still try to keep it a little bit off the trunk. We don't want to put a quarter to a half a pound right on the trunk area, but we're going to broadcast it on either side. So this is some of our custom blend fertilizer that we've developed for muscadines. So roughly, you know, my handful is going to hold about a quarter of a pound. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come out here and we're going to just broadcast several handfuls on both sides of the trunk. And we're trying to keep it up underneath the wire as much as we can. And the reason we're applying it further out is because the feeder roots have gotten further away from the trunk. When this plant was young, the entire root system was right here around the trunk area. But over 4 to 5 years, those roots have moved out 8 to 10 to 12 inches or further from the trunk. That's where our feeder roots are. Your tap roots or your heavier roots are closer to the trunk, but the feeder roots are the ones we want to encourage to go out and get that growth, get that fertilizer to encourage the growth that we need for vine development through the bloom period. Now when we apply this fertilizer mid-April, this triple 10, triple 13 or our custom blend, that's going to give the plant about 45 days of nutrient release to get the plant through bud break and through the flower stage, okay? So if you think about that, say we applied it April 15th. Well, when we get into July, in theory, most of the nutrients from that fertilizer has been released. So we've gotten the plant through bud break, we've gotten it through bloom stage, but when the plants get out of the bloom stage and actually have fruit, for the most part, that triple 10 or triple 13 fertilizer has released out and there's no more nutrients releasing to the plant. The plant is under its most duress or stress or load when the fruit actually comes on. So from July, August, and September, if we don't make an additional fertilizer application, then that plant, through the heat of the summer, with the burden of the fruit load, is kind of on its own for what it has on its reserves. What we have found to be one of the most important things to do in keeping the health of the vines at a high level is to come in after we see marble-sized grapes. So right now, we're at the bloom stage. So the blooms look like little clusters of BBs. Or a lot of people think these are the grapes. So if you can come in there and see that. A lot of people think these are the muscadines. Well, these are actually the blooms. These blooms will open up and they'll be like little hair-like fibers that come out of them. And then literally overnight, the blooms fall off and you'll see pea-sized or marble-sized grapes come on. Once those marble-sized grapes comes on, we found that it is very, very important to give the plant an additional fertilizer application. Now, the product that we use here is calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate is sort of like a plant steroid or a B12 shot to give the plant after fruit set has occurred. It's important to wait till after fruit set to apply this fertilizer. Once we see the fruit set, then we're going to come in with about 1 pound to 1.5 pound application of the calcium nitrate, the exact same way that we did the triple 10 or the triple 13. Now what the calcium nitrate does and why it's so important for the overall health of these plants is it'll do two things. It'll give us a quick green up. So if we had some yellow leaves or we didn't have the leaf color that we were looking for, it's going to help with that. It's going to give us some darker green leaves. Second thing is it's going to give the plant a quick spurt of growth. We all know that under a vine that has a lot of fruit load, we need the leaf canopy at a high level or enough leaves to be able to ripen the fruit. So we're going to give the plant a little bit extra shot of growth to make sure we have enough foliage to ripen the fruit load. And the third thing that it does, it actually will help increase the fruit size. And there again, our goal is the overall health of the plant. So if we were out of the bloom stage and it was early July and we saw marble-sized grapes, we're going to make this application with the calcium nitrate the same as we did with the triple 10 or triple 13. So we're going to come in, there again, this is a hot fertilizer, so we don't want to get real close to the trunk. So we're just going to come in here, make about 1 pound, 1.5 pound application on both sides of the trunk. After that calcium nitrate application, we're not going to fertilize the vines anymore for the rest of the year. But in my opinion, particularly on heavy crop years, this calcium nitrate really helps the vine keep a high level of health, allows it to ripen the fruit in an efficient manner, and it's a product that we solely believe in, and there's no way we can manage the vineyards the way we do without the use of this product. We do have it available here in 5-pound bags here at the nursery, and we'll be happy to ship it to you. But if you want to keep the vines at a high level, increase fruit size, and give the plants the added nutrients that it needs midsummer, calcium nitrate is the product to use. Thank you very much.